in our lamb shank preparation is to seal the lamb shanks off, and you'll see what I've done is put a little bit of foil under the plate here whenever you're working with meat, so that I can do what I need to do, take the foil off, put them back on the plate, save double handling. So we've got some seasoned flour here, just with a little bit of salt and pepper. And I'm just going to give them a quick doused in that and get them in the olive oil. We want that nice golden brown texture. Then once we've got those sealed, we'll take that off, throw that in the bin, therefore not mixing our raw and cooked meats together. The next stage of our lamb shank preparation, as you can see, we've sealed the lamb shanks to a nice colour. Now we're going to cook off our veggies in a nice deep pot, everything except the mushrooms, because we're going to leave those till last so they don't overcook. We've got garlic, carrot, onion, celery, a basic mirepoix with some fresh herbs, some parsley, some mint and some thyme, which I'm just going to break up. Get a bit of colour into those. Then we're going to add a little bit of red wine and our beef stock. Reduce that down a little bit. Add our crushed tomatoes. Put our shanks back in and let that simmer away for about 90 minutes. So we're just going to get a little bit of colour into those. Then we'll come back to that in about 5 minutes, add our herbs and keep going. So we're about 5 minutes on here, and as you can see our veggies have got a nice little bit of colour, they smell beautiful with that fresh garlic. So at this point what we're going to do is just break our herbs up roughly, so they don't need to be chopped, stems and all, a little bit of parsley, just a fraction of mint and a little bit of thyme. What we're going to do now, so we're going to add about 200 ml of red wine. See those flavours soak up the lovely red, and we'll just crank that up, reduce that down a little bit, about half. And then when we come back, we'll add our beef stock and our tomato. Happy simmering. So you can see our wine's reduced right down, starting to thicken up. It smells glorious. So at this stage we'll pop in our crushed tomatoes and 2 cups of beef stock. And just give that a nice stir around. The flavours coming out of there smell absolutely beautiful. So what we're going to do now is add our lamb. I'm just going to pop those right in like such. And there we go. So we can push those down, just about covered. So what we're going to do is gently bring that up to the boil, put a lid on that and let that simmer away for about an hour, and then we're going to come back and check the consistency and the texture. So it's a very simple dish. It's taken about 15 minutes to get to this point. So now we'll pop our lid on and we'll see you in an hour. We've been cooking this beautiful lamb for about 90 minutes now, and as you can see it's starting to fall off the bone. It's so tender. So what we're going to do at this stage, take these lovely pieces of meat out and just set them aside on the plate. Now you can see our sauce is a little thin, so what we're going to do now is just reduce that, bring that down to about half, and that should thicken up nicely. So we've reduced our sauce and it's much thicker now, so I put the lamb back in just to reheat it through for about 5 minutes. So what we'll do again is we'll get that on a presentation plate, and we're going to serve this as a whole tonight, but you can do them individually. A lot of people do them on mashed potato or pasta. Set those